If you've ever felt like you're losing hope about the climate, I want to offer you something surprising. You might not actually be looking for hope at all. Most people use the word hope as a catch all for a dozen different emotional needs they haven't learned to name. And because it's so vague, hope becomes incredibly fragile. Today, I want to explain why hope collapses so easily and what your brain is actually craving instead. Psychologically, hope is not a feeling, it's a prediction. So when you imagine a good future, your brain releases dopamine. That's the chemical that fuels motivation and tells you, move toward that. That's good. But dopamine is also tied to prediction errors. So every time something bad happens in the news, every fire, every flood, every political failure, your brain quietly recalculates. And after enough prediction errors, hope collapses. Not because you're weak, but because your brain is literally doing the math. This is why climate hope feels so unstable. It depends on the future behaving. There are three big psychological forces working against hope. First is the threat response. When we feel threatened, the brain narrows its attention and starts craving certainty. Doom, ironically, feels safer than uncertainty. Second is cognitive closure. We want a definite answer, even if the answer is we're doomed. It's easier than living with the discomfort of not knowing. Third is learned helplessness. When we try to act and nothing seems to change, the brain assumes our actions don't matter, even when they still do. So, if hope has been hard for you to hold on to, that's not a moral failure. It's literally how the brain responds to uncertainty on a planetary scale. When people say, I need hope, what they usually mean is something far more specific. They might need inspiration, or proof that other people are still trying, permission to desire a better future, reassurance that possibility still exists, or evidence that their actions still matter, or even simply the feeling of not being alone in caring. All of these are precise, tangible, and emotionally real. Hope is just one vague word. It can't carry that amount of complexity. It's one tiny beam trying to hold up an entire psychological house. We need better architecture. So instead of hope as prediction, we can build something much stronger possibility. This is the sense that there are many possible futures, some good and some bad. Agency. This is the sense that your actions still shape the world. Community. Doom strengthens in isolation, but it collapses in relationship. Imagination, because in the words of bell hooks, what we cannot imagine cannot come into being. And non attachment, detaching ourselves from the need to know that we are moving towards one of the good futures. The future isn't fixed, it's emergent, relational, and still full of possibility. You don't need hope to stay in the story, you just need clarity, connection, and the willingness to participate in a future that's still unfolding.